All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game. This game is, well, from WGL Summer 2020, all from the group stages as we are looking at 120 going up against Moon in this 1v1 matchup. 120 has spawned as the red undead player over here on the bottom left-hand side of the map, playing under the familiar name ER0, which, if you guys know your Chinese, E is the name for one, R is the name for two, and then 0 is just 0. Hence the name 120 or 120. However you guys, however you guys want to break it down. Now, he is going to be going up against Moon in this 1v1 matchup, and the strategies the strategies that we're going to be seeing here should be fairly interesting. We are going to be opening up with Ziggurat, Altar of Darkness, and are we going to be looking at a Crypt Lord? Crypt Lord has become the hero of choice as of late, especially in, I believe it's been a hero of choice as of late. We'll see if I am wrong. I have been making predictions wrong all over the map. I was also expecting a Keeper of the Grove, but no, it is going to be a Demon Hunter. Are we going to go a Demon Hunter versus Death Knight? Yes, we are. All right, so after all of the play, after all of the ladder matches that I've been casting and watching, well, things are different on the professional stage as the players want to go back to tried and true strategies. It is going to be a Demon Hunter versus a Death Knight. No big surprises there. I guess for anyone who has been away from the game for maybe over 2 years, but we're going to see this Acolyte just really taking a lot of damage here, just getting aggroed constantly, and we're going to see them, well, finally get pressured there as the Acolyte now getting some damage onto that Renegade Wizard. What does that really mean? Lightning Shield is going to be a little bit more difficult to be used as you're taking a look as that Archer getting into position. What's up? Thank you for tuning in as you're taking a look at the Demon Hunter now finishing off the Renegade Wizard. Alright, coming back across here, Demon Hunter going to go ahead and pick up Gloves of Haste. A couple more units are going to end up falling as the Demon Hunter, well, should be able to pick up this Tome of Health pretty easily, purposely staying behind that Ancient of War just a little bit so that that Ancient of War is the one to tank all of that damage. Back down to that south side here, Death Knight purposely aggroing those rogues over and now going to finish off this 3-1-1 creep camp very quickly. This classic strategy, but what was this? This is a new strategy here, selling that Scroll of Town portal early. So 120 actually sold his Scroll of Town portal in order to, I guess, tech to tier 2 faster? That could have been the strategy here, selling that Scroll of Town portal a little bit earlier, and hence giving that, I guess, a 10-second advantage on level or on that tech to tier 2. I can't imagine that he accidentally used the Scroll of Town portal in this early in the game. All right, Demon Hunter going to try and engage here. Could try to break his way free. You can see a lot of damage being done. Death Coil, Mana Burn exchanges once more as Moon now looks to back up again. Mass Archers perhaps going up against all of these units. Demon Hunter going to be going after some units here. There goes another Kobold as the Kobold Taskmaster now making its way back over. All right, this is a very wide army, as you guys can see. Demon Hunter now making its way in. Death Knight, well, getting in and exchanging a little bit of damage back and forth still as the ghouls and the Death Knight, well, just trying to do a little bit of creeping. We can see Moon is opening up with the harassment while 120 is just trying to get some additional experience onto that Death Knight. Level 3 on that Death Knight, very important. The odd numbers, very, very important there as that Demon Hunter, well, down to 40 hit points, finally backed away. Alright, Demon Hunter doesn't want to stick around for very long. Archers, however, say, you know what, I still have a little bit of hit points. Death Knight, who's going to get the experience? There it is. Death Knight gets the experience as the ghouls are still wandering back here. Archers, high damage. Where are they going to be traveling to next? As the Death Knight now makes its way back across, well, and picks up perhaps Scroll of Healing. Nope, not yet. Boots of Speed, and now it's going to try to make its way across after all of those units. Death Knight moving across the map really, really quickly. Demon Hunter, however, fully healed. Are we going to see Dust of Appearance? Oh, Dust of Appearance still needing to be used. The Death Coil, not enough to finish off that unit in time as the Archers are just pelting down those ghouls. Very strong focus fire coming in from Moon to make sure to try and get all of that damage onto one single unit, but still Well, 120 able to escape with a ghoul. We're looking at what 25 supply for Moon going up against 30 supply for 120. But the Death Knight is rather close to level 3. Unholy Aura. He's going to be moving around the map fairly fast as the Naga Sea Witch has been trained up. And we could see some cold arrows on both sides using those cold arrows, trying to focus down some of those units. Demon Hunter perhaps going to go after that Naga Sea Witch. She is slithering away. And meanwhile, we are looking at the Naga Sea Witch on this side. Is the Death Knight going to be able to get in front? That's all it really wants to do. Death Knight wants to get in front there, but it ends up not doing exactly that as the ghouls, well, the ghoul is still wandering around here. Demon Hunter is going to get in front of that Death Knight, and well, Death Knight is nearby here. We may see a mana burn right there as we are looking at the units trying to engage once more. Ghoul is going to get in front, and we may end up seeing a Scroll of Town Portal, but accidentally aggroing those creeps. 2 ghouls get ensnared. Death Knight could be in trouble, could get mana burn. There's a Death Coil, there's some cold arrows, more mana burns onto the Naga Sea Witch. Meanwhile, there goes a ghoul down there, and Moon seems to even have the map playing in his favor. Alright, Demon Hunter is still wandering back around once more, causing in a lot of harassment. So far, though, all of this early harassment game is changing the tempo of the game. The heroes are a little bit lower in level, as opposed to trying to get experience on your own units and your own heroes. You're actually just trying to shut down your opponent's strategy. That's what Moon is going for at this point, shutting down his opponent's strategy rather than having a surefire strategy of his own. He's using those Moon Wells effectively to constantly heal up his units instantaneously, but what is going to be the downside is at some point he is going to be starting to run low on mana in those Moon Wells. You have to be very careful of that. There goes a single ghoul. Once more, Death Knight trying to lead all of these ghouls back, but the Naga Sea Witch with those cold arrows able to pick off a couple of units there. You can see 2 Moon Wells barely about half full, or will be about half full later on. Meanwhile, Death Knight finally going to be able to get to level 3, but it looks like the Naga Sea Witch and the Demon Hunter have more to say, and there goes that Naga Sea Witch. Death Knight gets up to level 3, another ghoul going to get lost, and 120 is in trouble. Serious Undead player is getting he's getting absolutely crazy. He really wanted to get to level 3 on that Death Knight, trying to do creeping, but it looks like Moon has pretty much been there every step of the way, causing problems. And now 120 is most likely going to sit back and reevaluate the pacing of this game, and perhaps transition into just Obsidian statues and Crypt Fiends. That seems to be a very, very safe strategy at this point in time. Moon is everywhere on the map. Yeah, pretty much reading him like a book, knowing exactly where to go. But on top of that, Moon is also playing extremely well. He's controlling this Demon Hunter off over here, while the majority of his army is creeping out a difficult creep camp for this Naga Sea Witch to get more experience. Ancient of War, he had the foresight to bring the Ancient of War, that slow-moving giant tree, over into position, as the Ancient of War looks like it could get taken down. Nope, does not get taken down. Loses aggro by attacking one of his own units. Druid of the Claw is already at adept training. You can see once more Demon Hunter coming in from behind, and Demon Hunter is just going to be mana burning all these units as well. Now, he could have, instead of running for the mercenary camp, that's, yeah, very, very nicely done. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter seeing that level 3, gonna mana burn and then shut down these Obsidian statues before they can really provide that much benefit. Extra hit points, extra mana for all of these heroes. Constantly low right now, as the Demon Hunter are going to be leading the army with, well, rejuvenated hit points because of those bears. There's a mana burn onto that Death Knight, well, in a little out of mana again, as we're looking at the Druids of the Claw. They do not want to be in the front portion of this battle, as we see a Lich come back in, mana burn onto that Lich as well, saving that Crypt Fiend, as the Demon Hunter needs another rejuvenation in order to get away. Cold arrows coupled with that Lich attack, Orb of Corruption, negative armor, and that mana burn was very much critical in making sure that that Demon Hunter was able to escape. If the Demon Hunter did not mana burn that Lich early on, there was a Frost Nova with the Demon Hunter's name on it, as we see a quick detonation there to, well, clear things up a bit. Alright, Moon's Naga Sea Witch sitting at level 3. Demon Hunter sitting at level 3. Bears are already out onto the field as we are looking at Sentry Wards now picked up. Amazonia is much like Echo Isle in terms of resources, and I would be surprised if anyone goes into, or if anyone is able to get into a 70-80 supply army. Everyone is just going to try to trade efficiently here. Crypt Fiends, while being forced to back up again, Bears are going to try to dive on him, and it looks like 120 will be losing that Crypt Fiend right there. There it goes, it gets taken down. However, a transition, 120 going after the Naga Sea Witch instead, as the Demon Hunter is chasing back over. Does it have a Staff of Preservation? Yes, it does, but uses a Scroll of Town Portal instead. Lich now trying to back away, as you see the Destroyer getting in a little bit of damage. Death Knight should be death coiling that Lich to heal it up. Meanwhile, it's trying to clear up the remainder of this mercenary camp now. Moon, during this instant and time, perhaps going to be trying to set up his... Nope, not setting up a Tree of Life, just having a tree down there. 120 did some crazy creeping. All of this has just turned into a rather... this game is much more of a mental game than a micro-intensive game with high action. There has been this constant pressure and constant feeling that Moon knows exactly where 120 is, and 120 has constantly been... Well, he is getting into the head, I believe, of this play. It's like, how much scouting did Moon do on me to know exactly my creep patterns, where I was going to be? And then he's also got to think a moment now, wait a second, Moon hasn't popped up out of anywhere. Is it because he doesn't want to pop up now? And that's actually the case, as he's actually going after creep camps of his own. Naga Sea Witch coming around the corner with the remainder of the Death Knight army. Naga Sea Witch only sitting at level 2. And here we go, a little bit of damage. Destroyer is right there going after that Naga Sea Witch. Naga Sea Witch already down to 162 hit points. Going to get Staff of Preservation, most likely. No Staff of Preservation. Demon Hunter was just too far back, as we see Mana Burn now go down onto that Naga Sea Witch. Naga Sea Witch now trying to retreat back against Dryads again. Demon Hunter said, you know what, let me lead the army, only to realize that, well, there's not that much army behind him to really help and protect, as a low hit point Destroyer trying to dodge Dryads and Archers, still somehow able to stay alive. Beautiful play by Moon, or excuse me, 120, microing all of those low hit point units constantly and still being able to keep them alive. Mantle of Intelligence not being picked up for some strange reason. Death Knight was right there. Come on, go back and... It's right there. It's right there. There you go. Death Knight goes back to finally pick it up. Destroyer overhead. Good to see you back. Have I gone anywhere? Have I gone anywhere? I guess that's my ultimate question. I didn't know I left, so I guess it's good to be back. Good to have you back. How's that? Alright, Granite Golem, Rock Golem's gonna get cleared out here. Same thing by Moon. Moon's Demon Hunter will get to level 4 off of this Granite Golem creep camp. It's going to be significantly more difficult for 120 to clear out a creep camp when he has 2 Destroyers in the air. Abomination now looking to back up here as well. Orb of Corruption, Cloak of Flames now picked up. Death Knight leading the charge against all of these Rock Golems now. Negative or 0 armor on that Rock Golem. Tome of Strength +2 being left behind because, hey, why the heck not? Demon Hunter sitting at level 4, picking up a Brilliance Aura. That Khadgar's Pipe of Insight is absolutely a huge item on the Night Elf army, allowing the Night Elf army to be able to use those rejuvenations much more freely. Lich going to be coming back around. Frost Nova, and you would normally say you don't want to use a Frost Nova right there in that situation, but, well, we knew that 120, he purposely even backed away the Naga Sea Witch and the Death Knight to guarantee that he would get to level 3 on that Lich. Great insight right there by 120. And he even kept his Lich out of sight range. He was using the sight from the Acolyte to be able to cast that Frost Nova. And, well, that meant that Moon had no idea that that Lich was going to be trying to get that Frost Nova and before he could detonate. The more the merrier. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. We're looking at Dryads now making their way down. All right, I take it back. 70 over 70 supply. Apparently I can't make accurate predictions in this matchup now, as both sides have a decent sized army and are going to get ready to push on through the timing and the tempo of the game. Demon Hunter now going to mana burn here. It only took a little bit of reprieve in the action from constantly fighting each other to now have 70 over 70 supply. There are really not that many upgrades though, as Forked Lightning finishes off a Druid of the Claw right there. Abominations and Crypt Fiend still joining in on the fight here. 120 is going to be able to save that Abomination. Forked Lightning saves it temporarily as the Staff of Preservation saves another unit here. The Abomination just getting Disease Cloud across all of those units as the Bears trying to retreat back, and it looks like they will be able to do exactly that. Bears hiding behind the Dryads. How cute. The frontline army actually in the back trying to make sure that they are not getting attacked here, as we see the Demon Hunter could be in a little bit of trouble, down to 112 hit points, and it looks like it will be able to escape again. All right, low hit point low mana Obsidian Statue, Staff of Preservation saves that unit there, as the Demon Hunter is looking to head back once more. All right, more damage coming across. Archer is going to be taking damage over time as well. That Disease Cloud slowly inching away a bit more damage again and again. Cold Arrow onto a Mountain Giant. Is it going to be enough to finish off that Mountain Giant? That is the question here, as the Archer is still taking a little bit of damage, but so far, well, not in danger of falling over yet. 120 is in a great spot. He already has his expansion up and operational. However, he isn't fully saturated. Coming back to the other side, Moon's expansion is about to fall here. And, well, Moon very limited on the number of expansions that he can build on Amazonia, as we're taking a look at his first Tree of Life. We are looking at Death Knight now making its way in. The Obsidian statues, well, are constantly being forced to run out of mana, and that is always going to be the downside here when you're going up against the Demon Hunter. No Brilliance Aura to spread around all of that mana cheer, as we're looking at a quick mana burn onto that Lich. All right, in comes an engagement here. We are looking at double Mountain Giants, Druids of the Claws trying to stay in the back here, and the Lich could be in trouble. Death Coil does save it temporarily, down to 378 hit points. Now looking to retrieve back again. Death Knight low on mana, as the Destroyers are now showing back up to the fight. And what are they really going to be doing? Orb of Venom going after that Destroyer there, as the Abomination going to get taken down. Mountain Giant continuing to push once more. Crypt Fiend's trying to focus back, and, well, this is going to be a difficult fight for 120 as the Dryads are having their way. Mountain Giants in that front line constantly taunting Druids of the Claw. Well, very, very vulnerable targets, but they have always been able to be microed back by Moon. Lich once more in a retreat again. I believe Scroll of Healing used right there to keep all of the units alive, as we're looking at level 4 going up against 4-3-3. All right, are we going to see a Staff of Preservation? Yes, we are. Death Knight now trying to push back the other way. Are we going to get a little bit more damage? Staff of Preservation saves again. That means they're finally both on cooldown, and we'll see, well, how quickly this Mountain Giant, if he's really going to be able to get Staff of Preservation again. Preserving another unit once more. Cold Arrows constantly hitting that Mountain Giant. However, it does have resistant skin, allowing him to shake off that Cold Arrow debuff for much, much longer. Death Coil, are we going to see a death of a Mountain Giant? Yes, we are. 65 supply now going up against 70. Rubber band game going back and forth. However, all of the acolytes by 120 were taken out here, so even though he has this haunted gold mine, he can't really do much with it. Coming back around here, we are looking at 5 acolytes here, but at this point, do you really train up the extra acolytes? It would actually make more sense to just shift the acolytes from one base to the other, since you know you're not going to be able to do double mining very much. That also seems to be the strategy for Moon, as he's going to already be training up that Nature's Blessing in order to pick up this ancient this Tree of Eternity and make its way over off to this expansion location as well. There is going to be a significant downtime, though, as we're looking at... oh, no, we are training up acolytes. Okay, 120 is training up a few acolytes here. Demon Hunter now going to try and re-engage. But he will be forced back. Naga Sea Witch looking to clear up some of that creep camps off to the north, and it looks like every single creep on the map has been destroyed. Now, Moon is going to end up being behind economically for a little bit of time. He's not going to be mining as he's walking this Tree of Eternity over, and on top of that, he is not going to be mining when he's entangling that gold mine. That is going to be about 2 to 3 minutes worth of game time, and with that 2 to 3 minutes, he will be down about 1,500 to maybe 2,000 gold. During that time, 120 is going to have the opportunity to perhaps get some good items, get some upgrades, and perhaps try and push, knowing that he can replenish his units faster. You can see 120 has the economic lead right now in terms of overall gold. He has the supply lead, but he does not have the upgrade lead. Meatwagon going to be joining in on this fight as well. Meatwagon's very important at trying to deal with those dryads. The problem, though, is that those dryads are rather fast. They're able to dodge pretty easily. I thought I saw where's that meat? Yeah, there's that Meatwagon off to the north there. It is not holding any corpses, though. We are not going into some crazy necromancer strategy. Tinker. Moon should get a third hero, something like a Tinker or something. No, trying to go for a third hero at this point, it would actually just slow down the Demon Hunter's race to get to level 6. The overall presence, it wouldn't be that much, and what you really want are just the more frontline tanky units, and that's why the Mountain Giant, saving that supply for Mountain Giants actually makes a lot more sense. He wants to get 6 on the Demon Hunter, have chaos damage with that Orb of Venom, ranged chaos damage with poison, so powerful, and then Naga Sea Witch being able to get a Tornado as an ability is going to be helpful as well. You can see the Tree of Eternity on its way over, going to make its way to that 12 o'clock position as well. And Metaphysics smiling at me, knowing that I keep on saying that a Sea Witch's ability should be Monsoon, not a Tornado. Yeah. I don't know how many tornadoes do you really see at sea, and even if you do see tornadoes at sea, well, you don't call them tornadoes, right? Like they're water spouts. Anyways, Naga Sea Witch now shifting back off to the north here. Death Knight getting ready to move off to the north here. You can see that Tree of Eternity is already making its way over. Still has a little bit of time before it's going to be able to root and then start mining as well. All right, Monsoon. See, there is that gold already being mined here. You can see this Tree of Eternity going to go ahead and root itself in position. And, well, what exactly is Mon going to be doing? Monsoon is taken by a creep. A creep actually has the spell Monsoon. Yeah, not quite sure why a creep takes priority over that. Death Coil, Fork Lightning, no Frost Nova. Lich didn't even need to do so, as the unit's now shifting off to the north. All right, 120 going into high upkeep, and he is still mining right now. All right, he is hoping to finish off this game rather soon, since that gold mine does have 2,000 gold. Staff of Preservation, one bear gets taken down pretty fast. Mountain Giant teleported back off to the north. That was a misclick. That Mountain Giant still had a decent amount of hit points, as we're seeing that Death Coil saved the Abomination. Death Knight in that front line spot. It looks like there goes another bear, and this is the problem. Staff of Preservation greatly reduced effectiveness if you're fighting actually at the base. And the bear, if it's going to come back in, are they going to try to get some rejuvenations off to the side here away from all of that action? The destroyers could easily just make their way over. Are we going to see some Devour Magic? Yes, Devour Magic trying to remove some of that there, as the rejuvenations are in the back again. All right, Mountain Giant in the backside. Is it going to get taken down? Nope, it is going to get Staff of Preservation, as we're looking at a couple Druids of the Claw. Are they going to get taken down in the back here? One Abomination going after all of those low hit point units off to the north here. Why isn't any of the other units trying to make their way over? Well, 65 supply compared to 83. 120 has the advantage here, as Crypt Fiends are starting to fall as well. All right, Death Knight still not at level 5. Lich still sitting at level 3. No more mana after the initial detonations, as the Mountain Giant's going to now make its way forward. We can see some easy damage to be had here. And what is the Death Knight going to do? Death Knight needed a little bit more damage to try and finish off that Mountain Giant there. Death Knight now leading the charge. Are we going to see a Death Coil on that Mountain Giant? No, we are not. How about that one? Staff of Preservation saves it. And wow, Moon saving a couple of units there. That Mountain Giant down to 187 hit points. And still they are fighting away. Destroyers trying to go after a couple of those Druids of the Claw. There goes one Druid of the Claw finally. And we've seen some miraculous saves once again. 120 now trying to back away with that Death Knight having a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, as we're looking at perhaps, another Mountain Giant about to fall here. All right, Mountain Giant, come on, about to fall. Why is no one attacking that Death Knight trying to be saved? Down to 215 hit points, trying to get away. There's a mana burn down to 299, as this Mountain Giant is still alive at 158 hit points. There you go, trying to shift back over. There goes some more damage again. Meat Wagons, Obsidian Statues, Death Knight falls at level 4. and 66 supply compared to 55 as the Staff of Preservation saves another unit. Or is that Staff of Teleportation? That could have been a Staff of Teleportation on the Demon Hunter to get back near all of these moon wells. 59 supply compared to 66. Overall supply army, 52 compared to 61. 120 really doesn't need that much more lumber, can bring these ghouls into the battle to get in a little bit more damage. Meanwhile, we're unsummoning ziggurats. All right, so this was a key move, unsummoning these ziggurats to make sure he doesn't go into low upkeep anymore, or high upkeep anymore. Destroyers now making their way over. Ancient of War about taking just a little bit of damage here. The Meat Wagon, well, going to be able to get in some fast damage onto that Ancient of War. Is it going to give the Naga Sea Witch experience to level 4? I believe so. There it goes. Naga Sea Witch now gets to level 4. One more shot and Mountain Giant. Yeah, 120 not only lost his, he lost his Death Knight, which was critical. He was unable to ensure the kills at the same time. Staff of Preservation saving right there. Obsidian statues once again out of mana, and this is the downside on those obsidian statues. They are pretty much useless once they are out of mana. They only deal 7 to 8 damage, and the Demon Hunter's mana burn is just absolutely devastating to all of those units. All right, Druids of the Claw are starting to fall. Death Knight is in trouble. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability transferred over as well. Demon Hunter, mana burn, Staff of Preservation saves again, and the units are just constantly trying to fight back and forth. Fork Lightning going back the other way. Are we going to see one Druid of the Claw get taken down? Yes, it does, and that's what you want to be doing. You want to ensure damage on your unit, and oh, this is absolutely hilarious. Moon has a Druid of the Claw stuck right here next to the Tree of Eternity. The Tree of Eternity cannot uproot unless, if it uproots, it will no longer entangle this gold mine. Oh, he Staffs of Preservation again. All right, that was a little bit cool. I did not realize you could actually do that. Staff of Preservation again to get that unit out. I guess it has to change location so it wouldn't get stuck there. All right. Death Knight sitting at level 4. Naga Sea Witch sitting at 4. Lich is sitting at level 4. And why is it always the undead army that has the death heroes, those 444 level heroes? For anyone who doesn't speak Chinese, 4 is also the word for death. So I often see 444 level heroes on undead, and pretty much not anyone else. Anyways, moving out once more, obsidian statues, 4 of them out onto the field, 1 of them with a decent amount of mana, and well, you can believe that there's a giant bullseye painted on it as the Demon Hunter will be dashing towards it rather fast. All right, Tree of Eternity, damage could be added in. Shade needs to be positioned in a place to know exactly what's going on, and we are seeing, well, there goes a lit or a wisp right there. Army is staying right there, and I don't know why 120 is not trying to engage. The Shade is just moving around back and forth. Tree of Eternity going to be taking some damage here, and the armies are starting to line up to get into position. Shade wandering back around, wondering where Moon's army is, and then there it goes. It finally sees it as the units are now making their way down, leaving the Meat Wagon behind. That's actually a little bit of a dangerous maneuver as the Naga Sea Witch tries to go across here. All right, we're going to be looking. Nope, no mana burns. All right, Orb of Venom. Demon Hunter really dove on in there very quickly. Mana burn onto the Death Knight instead of the Obsidian Statue. Bears are still making their way over. Fork Lightning trying to get some damage, and there's a Staff of Preservation saving once more. Meat Wagon still fighting their way through. Rejuvenation onto the Mountain Giant there. We should be seeing perhaps Destroyers trying to absorb, devour magic to remove that rejuvenation, and that's what we saw there. All right, more taunting coming back in. Abomination still leading the charge. Dryads are falling. Another Abomination could get taken down. One more shot, and there it goes. Fork Lightning giving level 6 to the Demon Hunter, who now has Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis onto that Demon Hunter. Naga Sea Witch going to be in trouble, though. It gets taken down. Death Knight gets up to level 5. As you can see, well, damage adding up so quickly there. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Once more, Death Knight needing a little bit more mana. Wants to be able to Death Coil off that Lich here in just a second, but instead gets mana burn before it happens. What is the counter to Metamorphosis? Well, I think one of the official counters on the old Battle.net website was you walk away from him. There, he is just so high and powerful in terms of damage, and well, it does have a short timed life, as opposed to, say, the Avatar of Vengeance, whose cooldown is equal to its length making it so that you're pretty much always going to be fighting up against the Avatar of Vengeance unless you're able to kill it. All right, coming back here, Druids of the Claw need to get some rejuvenations. I've watched doing mass transforms on statues. A few Glaive Throwers and one Tinker would help versus undead, but damage. Well, yeah. See that's the problem. If you're going to be building glaives, the destroyers. First of all, destroyers are no longer overpowered, and the reason why you actually go destroyers, part of the reasons why you're going destroyers, is also the fact that, well, once all of these obsidian statues, their mana is already burned off. They're not very effective healers, and they're not very effective mana producers unless there was some way for the obsidian statues to actually generate mana quickly. Like, I don't know, get extra mana while back on Blight or something. Once they are out of mana, their effectiveness drops down incredibly. You can see that these four obsidian statues altogether really aren't helping out all that much when you're considering that it's taking up 12 supply. I'm sure 120 would really rather prefer to have 2 obsidian statues with a large amount of mana than 4 obsidian statues with, well, not even 300 mana between them, and that is the issue there. And also, the obsidian statues, once they use their mana, once they're using their ability, they can't actually overlap their ability at the same time. You cannot apply the same buff onto another unit, and if you look at the units as they're walking around, these units are, you can see the essence of Spirit Touch and essence of Blight on them. So, well, that's why obsidian statues don't stack very well. Don't talk about Avatar of Imbalance. All right, Naga Sea Witch making its way back down again to this battle. Level 6 heroes, Death Knight. Well, quickly getting Mana Burn, Death Coil, Frost Nova onto that Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter does have a potion of healing. Are we trying to chase after all of these units once more? Destroyers trying to go after again. Are we going to perhaps see some Devour magic as well? As you can see, the Druid of the Claw, well, just waiting to get Staff of Preservation. All right, there it goes. It is Staff of Preservation right there. Now Mountain Giant is the next Staff of Preservation target, but the Demon Hunter is not nearby enough to, well, nope, I take it back. Demon Hunter is right there. Are we going to see the Staff of Preservation try and save it? As we see a Druid of the Claw, well, taking a lot of damage, and that is the reason why you do not leave Druid of the Claw in Druid form. They only have 600 some odd hit points, making them very vulnerable to nuke. All right, Abominations, 2 of them very low on hit points. Down goes one. Another one could get taken down as well, as 120 trying to back up 56 supply compared to 70 as the Obsidian statues are backing away. Remember, well, in comes Metamorphosis Demon Hunter, ready to get in back around, trying to add in damage onto that Abomination. That Abomination taking so much damage. Orb of Venom, as that Demon Hunter is just applying that debuff, that well, Orb of Venom to multiple targets. All right, getting in more damage once again. Naga Sea Witch trying to slither back. Destroyer is right there. There is a Rejuvenation Devour as the Demon Hunter may be able to finish off an Abomination here, down to 125 hit points. Death Coil trying to save the Lich, gets it in time, as the Lich now trying to back up again. Well, well, it had 600 hit points a split second ago, and now back down to 187, as all the units are back on Blight. There goes an Abomination, 60 supply compared to 69. Metamorphosis Demon Hunter trying to make its way over, trying to get to finish off the Obsidian statue, but was unable to do so. All right, 4 Obsidian statues again trying to heal up all of these units, and it is really the Death Knight's Unholy Aura which is keeping these Obsidian statues alive, giving them, well, natural regeneration. So far, well, 120 has the overall supply advantage, has a larger army going into this next stage, and well, the gold mines, the expansions here on Amazonia, they are very, very high in gold, meaning that you just hold them pretty much forever. And, well, we still don't have a clear-cut winner. I will say this, once the Naga Sea Witch and the Lich both get to level 5, if that does happen, well, the hero nuking ability of the undead army suddenly grows in strength tremendously. That is going to be one of those things that, well, so many players going up against the undead know about and have nightmares about, knowing that, well, I am just out of I have a 600 hit point unit, and a split second later it is dead after one round of attacks with Orb of Corruption and, well, Death Coil, Frost Nova, and Fork Lightning. Who has more gold in the gold mine? It's 13,000 versus 10,000. So I wouldn't say, yeah. 120 slightly has more gold, but if this game goes on for another more than 20 minutes from now, I would be surprised to see anyone mining out from these expansion locations. All right, Tree of Eternity getting pressured. In comes the Night Elf Army, Demon Hunter. And this is the problem. If you give Moon the opportunity to get back into this game, instead of attacking, well, what ends up happening is that Metamorphosis is going to be coming off of cooldown here again. All right, unit's going to try and lead the charge here. Lich in trouble, getting down to 600 hit points, getting a Death Coil for good measure, as we see a Frost Nova go down on the Demon Hunter, but the Demon Hunter was a little bit late there. Demon Hunter down to 172 hit points, using a Potion of Healing to try to get back up again, as the Destroyers are going after and living up to their namesake right there. All right, Destroyers tearing down all of these Druids of the Claw, as a Staff of Preservation saves it, and that is going to go ahead and head back to the other side. Mountain Giants are in position once again. Where is this Druid of the Claw going to go? He's going to try and run away, knowing that the other army could be coming back here in just a moment. Death Knight, Death Coil, nope. No Death Coil onto that Abomination as of yet. Destroyers are still right up in there, as the Mountain Giants, well, with 2/2 upgrades, and able to still do a lot there. All right, Death Coil saving up one Abomination. Death Knight still has a lot of mana. He's purposely trying to keep his distance away, and in comes Metamorphosis. Death Coil Death Coil does save, I believe, the other Abomination, but the Metamorphosis Demon Hunter, well, realizes, wait, I went in a little bit too far, as he turns back around again. All right, Abomination doesn't, well, Death Coil again. How did the Death Knight have mana for that? I thought he was really low on mana, as we see a Dark Ritual used by the Lich in order to get a little bit more mana. Frost Nova onto the Metamorphosis Demon Hunter, well, trying to finish out the Lich. There goes another Death Coil again, back and forth still, as the Dryads are looking to focus down some Abominations. Demon Hunter still going dangerously after that Lich, and still more healing somehow onto that Demon Hunter, as that Demon Hunter is still alive and well, at least for now. Death Knight now tries to get away. Naga Sea Witch is slowing any attempt at retreating, and multiple heroes are low hit points, as we're at 67 supply compared to 64. Death Knight looking to come back again. Demon Hunter, well, Dryad low on hit points. There's another split-second Death Coil, as that Lich, well, getting saved, and these have been some very timely Death Coils coming in from 120, saving multiple units here, as well. After multiple Druids of the Claw could get taken down. No, Staff of Preservation saves one. Abomination about to get taken down to 77 hit points. It falls. Well, nope. Decides to stay alive at 3 hit points. What is it doing? It's going to get attacked in the back somehow. Someone killed that Abomination. That Abomination finally getting taken down. Demon Hunter back in play again. Rejuvenation quickly devoured. More damage getting dealt once there. Mountain Giants pretty much now just being ignored, as the Destroyers are now going after the Naga Sea Witch and some of these other units. Druid of the Claw is going to get saved. Yes, it does. Mountain Giants were in the back, and we're at 61 supply compared to 67. Naga Sea Witch trying to get away. Has a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Staff of Preservation saves once more, as the Naga Sea Witch is back off to the north here. All right, is it going to end up being able to make it? Yes, it will. Mountain Giants, however, in trouble. Naga Sea Witch with enough cold arrows. Obsidian Statue purposely blocking this Mountain Giant. Mountain Giant at, well, negative, or at 4 armor. Are we going to see a Staff of Preservation? Of course we will, as that Mountain Giant is going to absorb so much damage. No Staff of Preservation, as we now finally see level 5 on the Naga Sea Witch. All right, with that said, level 5 on the Naga Sea Witch. We do see level 3 Fork Lightning, but that Naga Sea Witch has not had a lot of mana to really be able to use. Lich has been using Dark Ritual to get in a little bit more as well, and it looks like Moon has to wait a little bit longer to try before it's going to go ahead and, well, Abomination, Shade keeping track of the Night Elf army, indicating that, well, Moon should not be trapped up into that corner, and he shouldn't try and stay there. All right, if you look at the items on the heroes, Moon definitely has a major advantage right now. Destroyers are coming back over, trying to finish off this Tree of Eternity down to 155 hit points. Naga Sea Witch is very much nearby, ready to do some quick lightning. There's a Frost Nova onto the Demon Hunter, and at this point, the Demon Hunter runs forward and then realizes he overextends a little bit, only to get Frost Nova'd again. All right, in comes some more damage. Are we going to see some Staff of Preservation? Destroyers are now leading the charge. Naga Sea Witch right there as well, trying to go after some units. Death Knight, Death Coil onto the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter very low on hit points. A Frost Nova could finish it off, and there is Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis gives him a little bit of extra hit points to stay alive. Demon Hunter is in a serious problem now in the back line, trying to use that range damage to finish off all these units. 53 supply compared to 71. And this game Looks like it's finally going in favor of 120, as 120 now gets to level 5 on the Lich. There goes a Dark Ritual on to that Abomination to save right there, as that Obsidian statue that had 131 mana ends up getting taken down. No absorb mana right there. That was a big loss. 49 supply compared to 64. This constant battle still going forward. And at this stage in the game, it would almost seem like if 120 pushed right as Metamorphosis came to an end, that would be a great call. Knowing that the Demon Hunter no longer has that ranged chaos damage is huge. But you are also attacking. Why is that? It says it's night, but it's not really night, is it? Yeah, Moonwells are getting filled up right now. Or, no, it says it's day, but it's really night. Destroyers now making their way off to the north again. Well, Obsidian statues are here once more. Lich sitting at level 5, gonna transition back off to, it looks like it's night again. Yeah, it looks like it's night. Was it a moonstone? Was it a moonstone being used? And Pad just needs to fix the overlay? Is that the problem? Or is it actually night? Is it actually nighttime? No, the sun's moving. The sun is actually moving. Okay, it is a bug. All right. Okay. Maybe it only happens in replays and not during the actual game. All right, Tree of Eternity taking a lot of damage right here. Naga Sea Witch, and well, army needs to make its way over. Naga Sea Witch going to be getting up to level 6 and getting a tornado here in just a moment. Death Knight, all of these units need to back away. This could be very bad news. Demon Hunter still has another minute on the cooldown right there. Mana Burn. And where is all of these units going to be going off to next? There is a taunt right there from that Mountain Giant. Unit's going to try and engage. Demon Hunter absorbing a lot more damage than he would like, but he doesn't have, well, Disease Cloud on him. All right, turning back the other side. Bears all getting just caught up all in the front line. Is it going to get Staff to Preservation? No, it does not. Demon Hunter going to be coming in from the back. Abomination joining in on the fight. It looks like another bear going to get taken down. Lich gets saved at the last moment as the Abomination still in that front line. Disease Cloud finally being spread across multiple units as the Abominations are going to fall. Level 6 now onto that Naga Sea Witch. Are we going to see a tornado being cast here in just a moment as another Death Druid of the Claw is able to escape at 34 hit points, and it's probably going to continue to fall as it still has Disease Cloud. 50 supply compared to 58. Demon Hunter falls at level 6 in the front line, and that may be the end of it as the Druid of the Claw going to fall as well. 139, 146 gold. Are we seeing a resurrection? Yeah, Demon Hunter looking to get resurrected. Naga Sea Witch now pulling back here, and well, he's trying to deal damage any way he can. Lich shows up to the party. Could end up going to the wrong side here as the Naga Sea Witch trying to slip away. She is trying to slither away here down to 476 hit points. Takes a Death Coil for all of that effort. And are we going to perhaps see a Cold Arrow coming in from this Naga Sea Witch here? Yes, we are. That's going to slow her down a little bit more. And that's going to be the death of Moon's Naga Sea Witch. Level 6 now on the Death Knight. And we will never see the ultimate ability of the Death Knight as they'd rather go level 3 Unholy Aura. Level 6 now finally on the Death Knight here. Well, Mountain Giants making their way back off to the north as the units are chasing once again. All right. Mountain Giant about to fall. And well, yep, it says it's nightfall, but it's not. As the units now, well, shifting and rotating back off north again. It probably has something to do with using moonstones, and it's not actually pausing the overhead clock in the game. So, well, good thing we have actual game timers as opposed to trying to use the in-game day-night cycle to figure out what's happening here. All right, Army going to make its way in, and 120, well, actually going to suffer a little bit of damage on his expansion here. What is going on? This Tree of Eternity about to get taken down, and there is nothing here to really try and protect it. Acolytes, where can they really hope to run off to? And is Moon actually going to come away in a decent position here? Sacrificial Pit taking a little bit of damage. All the Wisp are now taken down. No mining on both sides of the map as new Acolytes could be trained up here in just a second. All right, Death Knight shows up to the party. Going after that Druid of the Claw. Death Coil, 1 or 2 more shots should do it. 1 more shot should do it. The well, Druid of the Claw trying to... Why? All right, 120 decides to back away as the major fight now coming back in. Demon Hunter back in on this battle again as the Metamorphosis Demon Hunter does have a potion of lesser invulnerability to stay alive a little while longer. It is going to perhaps try and slip away. Destroyer's unable to do very much. Naga Sea Witch not getting up to level 6 for 120, and I think the writing is on the wall Moon tried to make its way back over, down to 290 hit points. Do we see enough mana on that Lich for a Frost Nova? Yes, we do, but the Demon Hunter just going to go ahead and drink some Moonwell juice and get back up to full hit points. Instantaneous full hit points on a Demon Hunter that was below 200 hit points, or around 200 hit points just moments ago. Units now making their way around. Druid of the Claw and Mountain Giant, both in the red hit point zone, could end up falling very quickly. Acolyte, well, trying to shift their way back over. How much damage can really be done as the Destroyers can't attack those Dryads at all. All right, Acolyte shifting back over. One Acolyte currently mining. I guess you technically have an infinite % more gold being mined per second if you have Acolytes on the gold mine and your opponent isn't mining anywhere. All right, so far this has been a crazy game going back and forth. Naga Sea Witch going to get resurrected, and Moon perhaps going to do his last stand with 2 level 6 heroes, going up against 2 level 6 heroes and a level 5 hero as well. Destroyers are looking, well, rather curious at this point. A majority of the bears have been taken out, and Druids of the Claw, where are they all now? Are they hiding back over here? Look at all of these low hit point units. Druid of the Claw going to be on overtime duty to try and heal up all of these units here. Remember, this is a good like 15 supply army right here. There's only Demon Hunter, Naga Sea Witch, and 4 Dryads. 18 supply army going up against the majority of this army here. All right, Mana Burn, Fork Lightning coming back the other way. Demon Hunter is deep behind enemy lines. Can't do much to try and stop as the Naga Sea Witch gets staffed to preservation. Demon Hunter now in a little bit of trouble. Is he going to be able to staff a teleport out of this spot? Yes, he will. And Moon says GG. 120, outlasting his opponent in this 45-minute marathon session of a match here on Amazonia. Amazonia expansions actually starting to run low on gold. That shows you how long this game actually was. Back and forth play, Moon with better use of those items, but ultimately it was 120's larger army that came out ahead. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.